No
I just started
worries.
the recording, Rebecca, just so you know. We do like
Yeah,
to send it out afterwards. Oh,
absolutely.
people are arriving.
Yeah, I'll give it a couple more minutes just to see if anyone else, because I saw there were a ton on the invite. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like
How
you
large?
never know how many people are going to show up too,
Yeah.
just because
How large
everybody's
is
so
the sales
busy.
team?
Sales team, we have like 7 people. And then
Okay.
project managers, we have I want to say like 30-ish,
Oh
right?
wow. Okay. So
And we're
good size.
growing. We just hired 2 new sales reps that are going to start this month.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. All right. Give it another minute and then we can just start. Let me see, actually. I'm going to try sending this in the chat. We'll see, maybe this way the presentation will work.
Yeah.
Not then. Yeah.
Because if it's like a Google slide or something,
Yeah, it should be just,
let me try it.
yeah.
It said your file couldn't be
Okay.
assessed.
All right. So I'll send it after for sure then.
Okay.
Sorry about that again.
Yeah, no, we'll just keep it conversational.
Perfect. All right, so I guess I'll get started and then whoever joins, joins. Just to formally introduce myself, I'm Becca. I'm what's called a partner success manager here at AccessiBe. And basically, Cassandra and I are working together just to build up this partnership in order for you guys to learn about our solution and then, ideas on how to onboard clients. What we provide here at AccessiBe is an automatic tool for web accessibility. I don't know what your familiarity is with the guidelines and requirements and how websites need to be ADA compliant. Obviously, that's what I'll be discussing today, but just to give you like a synopsis of what we do. Yeah, so and obviously at the end, I'll open up the floor. If anyone has questions, whatever, we can discuss afterwards. So just to give you an idea about what web accessibility is, it's a set of rules, behaviors, code standards, and design guidelines. And these were created by the W3C, and it is called the WCAG 2.1. So WCAG 2.1, what that is that's the legal requirement for websites, what they need to fall under in order to be ADA compliant. And it's a 1,000-page guidebook explaining what accessibility websites look and operate like for people with disabilities. And just to give you an idea, the disability community, it comprises about 20% of the total population. So it's a huge, huge, huge section of the population. The WCAG 2.1 at the AA level has been adopted by governments around the world in legislation such as ADA Title III, Section 508, AODA, EN 301549, and that's in the European market. And there's many other legislative rules. Um, so as you may know, ADA compliance lawsuits, they're on a crazy rise, about 300% every single year. We see an increase with reports of thousands of lawsuits and demand letters. They target businesses of all sizes. So often a common misconception is that they'll only go after like big enterprise companies, but we actually see that it's also SMBs, mom and pop shops. It's really all over the board. And this trend really began to skyrocket after the DOJ, the Department of Justice, officially affirmed that websites are considered public accommodation. So just like restaurants, obviously hospitals, whatever it may be, they need to be, have a wheelchair handicap accessibility, that kind of stuff. So that complies with Title III of the ADA. So that falls with websites as well now. And as a result, approximately about 250,000 demand letters are sent out just in the previous year. So just to give you an idea. Now, just to give you also an understanding of how the market really works, what makes it even more difficult for businesses, owners, and alternatives is that it's very costly. So current options that are on the market can involve like manual services that achieve compliance but cost about $15,000 to start, and they'll take several weeks, if not months, to actually make sites compliant. And our solution is, which we'll get into, is again fully automatic. There's no manual labor, and it's a very timely process. So there are free also and low cost accessibility plugins, but they don't provide the actual ADA compliance because they only focus on like design aspects of the site, such as colors and font adjustments. And they completely disregard of all adjustments related to like screen readers, keyboard navigation, which makes up about 80% of these requirements. So I'm sure you guys can really imagine this, but this leaves about 99% of business owners without a feasible solution. And that's where our solution, the Access widget, really comes in. So just to give you a little bit more of an understanding of AccessiBe specifically, our Access widget, it's an AI-powered machine learning software, and it was developed with understanding that business owners, again, need a solution that is simple, immediate, affordable, and of course will achieve compliance worldwide. So no matter where they're located, we're making sure that we're addressing all the legislative matters. By utilizing the AI, we make the entire process automated, and therefore we're able to cut the cost and achieve a win-win solution for these small businesses and for people with disabilities, more importantly, who simply want this equal access to the internet. So if you combine this with our pricing model, web accessibility becomes an easy solution. So then just to give you an idea of how we've actually developed our solution and our milestones, we developed it side by side with individuals with disabilities. Even before running it out on the market, we did research for about 2 years with these individuals with disabilities, including these leading experts in accessibility itself and assistive technologies. And our biggest pride in making our solution optimized for the end user. So we achieve it by collaborating with leading members in the accessibility world, along with constant testing within our focus groups to ensure that ongoing enhancement of our solution. So it's not like we finish the solution, when it was developed. We're daily trying to improve it and come up with better and more ways to make websites compliant. And we're actually part of the W3C, so we're able to participate and contribute to the creation and improvement of web accessibility standards. So it allows us to take part in the global efforts as well, not just only selling the solution, but we also, obviously it's our mission. So we want to educate developers, designers, and others just like yourselves in order to make this web ecosystem completely inclusive. Now, I will tell you guys also, I don't know, it'd be case by case, but you might run into clients that actually are not looking for an automatic tool and actually do need that manual work. So we do have a wide range of professional services we offer. So if you ever come into a situation like that, you can just let me know, and I'll send you how to put them in touch with the right department. But we have what they might ask is for like PDF remediation for their website, um, whether it be like they might need what's called a VPAT. So just to let you know, if you ever come into that, you'll just reach out to me, and obviously I'll provide you my email after this call, and I would just help you out with that. Yeah, so that's a little bit about that. And just to give you an idea about our vision altogether, again, like I said, we aim to make the entire internet accessible. Our goal in a perfect world would be 2025 by utilizing our Access widget. Now, of course, might not happen right then and there, but that is our goal. And just to give you a little bit background about also of our company in the media, so that if you come into clients and you want to give them like about obviously our reputation, our solution and founders have been mentioned in top magazines and sites across various fields. We've done a recent funding round of over $53 million, which was featured across the net. So it's a huge feat, and we're very, very proud of it, of course. So also just to give you an idea of our customer base, we currently provide and protect over 150,000 clients. And again, it's from the small SMBs to big enterprises, not to name drop, but just to give you some ideas: Avon, BMW, GoPro, even legal institutions like the Florida Bar Association and the Miami State Attorney Office. And they all have purchased the same widget that you'll be selling to your clients. So it definitely is a good thing to have in your toolbox, just to give you, again, to explain the standard of our solution. And on top of that, over 2,000 of our clients have actually arrived, on our site looking for a solution because they received one of these demand letters or lawsuits. And with our solution, we're able to successfully either reduce their settlement fee or just remove the threat entirely. Great. Now, also a huge feature of what we provide within our Access widget in the interface itself is the accessibility statement. And this is essential for your clients to know as well, because it is a huge layer of protection. So the statement or certificate, which is a legal requirement, is available again within this interface, and it explains all the adjustments that AccessiBe actually does to the website browser and the assistive technology compatibility, and describes how to report the issues that are found. And we also provide what are monthly accessibility compliance audits. So each month, any client that you sign up with us, they'll receive a statement, which is reinforced by our audit, and it's emailed directly to you or to their inbox, and it can be downloaded, and it's proof of maintaining accessibility compliance efforts. Now, in a rare case that this is not enough, we do offer free of charge any product that they purchase with us, the litigation support package. Now, what this involves is it's a statement and audit that you get regardless in cases that you're again, it's questioned further. You receive a compliance audit and overview. It's a screenshot of your website score using various testing tools. It's a suggested response to lawyers and more dependent, on the situation. So of course, it's also important to know that our litigation support package, it will not replace any legal entity itself. So if a client does, have a lawsuit that you're speaking with, they will still need obviously legal counsel. But we can provide them documentation to help with that situation. And again, we have eliminated it all completely a lot of times, or reduced settlement. Now, just to give you a little bit bigger of an understanding of how the AI works and how the solution works, what the client does is you install our single line of JavaScript code. And this only takes about 5 minutes, and it integrates with any CMS platform. And I'll send you a lot of things after this call, obviously, but we have even guides for individual CMS platforms. So it's really simple. The website will instantly display our interface, and I'll send you a presentation, and also we'll show you an example of the widget itself. The AI process will simultaneously kick in, and within 48 hours, and it's usually much quicker than this, it's finished, the website's accessible, and it's fully compliant. And you'll receive, you or the client will receive the accessibility statement after this. So again, it's a quick fix. It's a 5-minute installation. It's a really set and forget. So that's a big thing to focus on with your clients, is that it's a set and forget solution, fully automatic, and it maintains everything. Every 24 hours, our AI will rescan their site to make sure that any changes that have been made to the site, maybe regardless of web accessibility, we'll acknowledge those features and make sure that it's, again, compliant completely. Yeah, so that's a big synopsis of this. Just to give you like an idea of how it works. So I would just like to open up the floor to you guys to see what questions you may have regarding like web accessibility, anything that's unclear. Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily some things that are unclear. Like,
Yeah.
I know a bunch of our guys got hit with like these claims, and like me personally, none of my guys have. But what I'm just curious of, like, what's the best way I can sell this to my clients, like proactively instead of reactively?
For sure. No, absolutely. Those ones for sure, I would say would be the first ones to even target. We have a lot of people that have gotten a demand letter in the past, and then they come to us. And then, like I said, I would just emphasize that we can, once they put the widget on our website, once they get into those settlement negotiations and they see the other legal counsel sees that they have our solution on the site, it usually, yeah, boom.
Immediately backs up.
Yeah, it's
Great.
kind of like, yeah, like you're not going to rob someone that has ADT on their front lawn. Kind of,
Right.
that's how
Yeah.
we really sell it, kind of,
That's
as an
a
example
great
like that.
analogy. That
Yeah, yeah,
resonates the best with just how I explain and sell and stuff like
yeah,
that. So
yeah.
like, and I'm sorry, what did you say the initial cost was per month? It was
So
like low, right?
I'll send you a pricing breakdown. There's a few barriers, or sorry, credentials. Our basic plan is either $49 per month or
Okay.
$490 per year. That's for websites 1,000 pages and under. And then there's 3 other brackets, and I'll send you more details.
Okay.
But the biggest thing to keep in mind, I don't know, specifics of your clients. If you feel any of them have over 100,000 monthly visits, then they automatically fall into the enterprise, and that would become
Right.
more custom made pricing, which I'd obviously provide you a formal proposal with all that information. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure we'll get just like commission incentives and breakdowns in your like follow-up deck and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Cool.
Not a problem. Yeah. Anyone else have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight that the rev share with AccessiBe is 30% for smart sites, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
So then whoever would be doing the referral would get 15%. So half of that.
Yeah. And I would say if you have any
Okay.
clients you can think of that are enterprise, it's a really good commission. So I know we like to reach out. So if anyone you know of is having over 100,000 monthly visits, and just so you know, the way we track that is by SimilarWeb. So that would be a tool I would use if are considering it. So yes, Matthew. Yeah.
Two-part question, I guess.
Sure.
One, you mentioned some clients, or most clients rather, are probably fine with the widget, but some might need the actual like, custom development. So how do you make those determinations of whether they're custom or the plugin or widget is fine? Then the follow-up question is, who
Sure.
actually does development? You mentioned having like a department for that. Is that all in-house developers, or do you have like a development team that does that stuff?
It's a combination of in-house and out-house. Like because of there's people with disabilities that they're not on our payroll, but they develop with us. Now in terms of 9 times out of 10, I would say you don't need to know whether they need manual remediation or not. The client will probably come to you and say, I require this. A lot of times, just to give you an idea what to look out for, it'd be like government agencies. Or like anything has like a very not high tech, but like a very specific um, website with like a lot of videos, PDFs, stuff like that, then they would require manual services. So I would say those situations, but it usually wouldn't be for you. You don't have to sell saying you need this. It would just be if they come to you and ask, I need what's called like a VPAT, which is up for like government agencies as a requirement a lot of times, or I need PDFs remediated, or I have videos on my site, because the AI can't can't do like automatic closed captioning, or can't remediate PDFs because it's an external link. So, yeah. Is that clear? Okay, perfect. Anyone else? Hadi? I hope I said
Yeah,
that right.
yeah,
Yeah.
close enough. No
Okay.
worries.
Okay.
So, do you guys? Are the ADA laws like for accessibility requirements? Are they federal at this point, or are they still kind of more state to state? Like they vary state to state.
It's no, it's on a federal expectation. It's a very gray matter. I'll be fully transparent with you. What the law technically says is that a website has to prove that they're doing the best possible, something like that, like to show beyond, like beyond a reasonable effort. But again, there's a lot of like free tools and stuff like that, which is well below that. So that's like the federal regulation. It's not by state, but it's very good that you brought up states, because I should have mentioned this to you. Especially because you guys will be doing like outreach and stuff. There are certain states that are these ambulance chaser lawyers are targeting businesses more and more,
Right.
and that have the highest amount of lawsuits.
California.
California for sure, New York, and Florida. So any clients you have in those locations, I would say hit them up, because they're going to need it. It's an easy sell. I mean, it's
Yep.
really,
That was
it's a
going to be my
huge threat
follow-up
there.
question.
Yeah.
And I know Hadi's like from California. It's probably why he's asking like state regulations and whatnot.
California,
So Cali's people are going to
absolutely.
know. They're going to be like, oh crap, I don't want to get hit with that.
Yeah.
Let's get in front of it.
Yeah.
Like same thing in New York.
And then also with California, because it's obviously one of the more liberal states.
Right.
It's obviously accessibility is the right thing to do. So that's exactly. So California clients are great. We love California clients. Yeah.
Don't hit this with your red state clients. It's not going to work.
No. Yeah, exactly. And then also to specific industries that we see are sued the most. The biggest one is e-commerce. So if you guys have any e-commerce clients, it's 74% of lawsuits and demand letters, which is like whopping. It's insane. And it tends to increase even more. So I would say start out with those as well. Other ones, obviously, healthcare is an easy sell. Automotive is a huge one as well. Real estate, hospitality. So, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Check for the 100,000 website
Yeah.
viewers.
Yeah. So listen, also the standard plans are great. We like any client, but yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So any other questions? Okay. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll send Cassandra everything you guys need. She is in the process of finalizing something, so probably will be a few days or so, or next week, but we'll make sure to have it out to you ASAP. And then, like I said, you'll have my email, and I did tell Cassandra this also. Any questions your clients, like if you're communicating via email and you want to like CC or BCC me in it, I'm happy to always help you guys to communicate, and any questions you need to answer that aren't clear. So, all right. And I would recommend also in the meantime, like if you guys have free time, I'm sure you're really busy, you can also just go to our website in the meantime and just do a quick overlook, because all the information is there, but I'll make sure it's more organized so you have all the tools. All right.
Well, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Rebecca,
My
for coming
pleasure.
on and telling us a little bit more about ADA compliance. And like she mentioned, we are working on like an email template right now. So once we have more information, we'll definitely send that your way. Luckily, AccessiBe provides some great email templates, but we're just trying to get the ball moving and be a little bit more proactive with our clients and send out some kind of like mass informational email. So that will be TBD. But yeah, thank you so much, Rebecca. I'll send everything up in a follow-up email, and yeah, have a great rest of your day, everyone.
You too. Enjoy your lunch hour. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.